Once upon a time, in a quiet little town, there lived a kind and gentle girl named Cinderella. She lived with her wicked stepmother and two proud stepsisters. They made her do all the housework, cleaning, cooking, washing, everything. While they dressed in fine clothes, Cinderella wore old rags and worked from morning till night. But even in her sadness, she never complained. She believed that kindness and patience could change everything. Every night, she would sit by the window and dream of a better life, one filled with love and hope. One day, an invitation arrived from the royal palace. The king was hosting a grand ball for his son, the prince. Every girl in the kingdom was invited, including Cinderella's stepsisters. The house was filled with excitement. Her stepsisters danced and twirled in their new dresses. Cinderella quietly helped them get ready, brushing their hair and tying their ribbons. When she asked, "May I go too?" her stepmother laughed cruelly. "You, in those rags? Stay here and clean the house." When they left, Cinderella sat by the fire and cried softly. Just then, a warm light filled the room. Her fairy godmother appeared with a gentle smile. "My dear, you shall go to the ball," she said kindly. With a wave of her wand, everything changed. Cinderella's torn dress turned into a gown of shimmering blue silk. On her feet appeared glass slippers that sparkled like stars. A pumpkin turned into a golden carriage, and mice became fine white horses. "Remember, my child," said the fairy godmother, "this magic will only last until midnight. After that, everything will return to normal." Cinderella nodded and hurried to the palace. When she entered the ballroom, everyone stopped and stared. She was so beautiful that even her stepsisters didn't recognize her. The prince couldn't take his eyes off her. He bowed and asked, "May I have this dance?" And as they danced under the shining chandeliers, time itself seemed to stop. But when the clock struck 12, Cinderella gasped she had to leave. She ran down the grand stairs, losing one of her glass slippers. The prince called out, but she disappeared into the night. The next morning, the kingdom buzzed with news. The prince was searching for the mysterious girl who had left behind the glass slipper. Every maiden in the land tried it on, but it fit no one. Finally, the prince arrived at Cinderella's house. Her stepsisters pushed forward to try, but their feet were too large. Then Cinderella softly said, "May I try?" Her stepmother scoffed, "You, don't waste his time." But the prince smiled and nodded. Cinderella slipped her foot into the slipper and it fit perfectly. The room fell silent. The fairy godmother's magic shimmered, revealing Cinderella in her beautiful gown once more. The prince took her hand and said, "It's you. I finally found you." Cinderella's heart filled with joy and tears. Soon after, they were married in the grandest celebration the kingdom had ever seen. Even her stepmother and stepsisters were forgiven, for Cinderella's heart knew only kindness. From that day on, she lived happily ever after, not because she wore a crown, but because she never lost her gentle, golden heart.